We're back. How you guys doing? Here we are.
Hello.
Hello,
Let
hello,
me
hello.
get to this chat.
What's
There we
that?
are.
You got the chat. Welcome. Happy St. Patty's Day. Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where history meets the paranormal. Yeah, happy St. Patty's. Hey, I'm ready for you guys tonight. Look. I got my Jameson. Good night.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
ready. This
Is
show
that
is going
better
to be
than Red
fun.
Bull or I don't know.
Happy St. Patty. Yeah, I know. The
I
Red Bull
guess
might be a little better.
so.
So, how's everybody doing?
What?
Everybody have a good
Good.
weekend? Or you guys good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Very good. Very
So,
good. How about you?
I had a good weekend. I woke up with breath in my lungs, so that's a positive thing.
I love that attitude.
You know, you wake
Yeah.
up, oh,
Loving it.
good, I made another night. So,
We
So
sure
I'm
did
here.
it. We sure did.
yeah, it's like accomplishing something. Each day, waking up the next day. So it's like you accomplish something the next day. You woke up.
Either that or we're all just seeing an apparition right now of Anthony.
Yeah, well, Jenny,
Hey, as long as it's in his house, not mine.
Yeah.
Jenny, get your
Boundaries.
your recorder out, and Kim, get your millimeter out, and see if I'm really here. Always.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna have something tonight. We're gonna have Jenny. She's gonna give us a little history on St. Patrick.
Well,
Paddy.
sort of.
It's Paddy. Patty. They people put TT. No.
No.
I grew up in an Irish neighborhood. I was a little Italian kid in an Irish neighborhood, so I learned all
Something
these
tells me that you learned that the hard way.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Punched the head
Nice.
a couple times. So,
Nice.
but yeah, it was good. So,
Yeah, so in the spirit of our guest tonight, who always begin with their weird news and kind of fun facts, I thought instead of doing a dry, boring history, I would just hit on some fun facts about the day. How's that sound?
Great.
sounds
Good.
good.
We all
Sounds
know
good.
that today is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. It honors the patron saint of Ireland, but the holiday is rich with myths, which we love to bust on this show, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We love the myth busting. We got a lot of things that we hear that are not true, right?
Mm-hmm.
St. Patrick was not originally Irish. He wore blue instead of green. And the snakes he supposedly drove away never lived in Ireland's cold climate.
I
No
heard that.
snakes. No snakes in Ireland.
I tell you
Wait,
what,
Even though now
Sorry,
we have
time out. Time
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
no, even though now we wear green, right? He wore blue. So
Time out. I don't know what the snakes thing is. What's the snakes thing?
yeah, supposedly he drove the snakes out of Ireland, and I'm going to get to that.
St. Patrick
because-
was sent to Ireland to drive the snakes out. But
Oh,
there's a
right.
thing behind the snakes. Ireland never had snakes, but there was a group. Anthony, I don't know. Do you know? Is that the history you got there?
Dude, I'm gonna hit on it
Okay,
right
so get
now.
into it.
It's,
But Ireland
it's a
never had.
metaphor.
So the church sent St. Patrick's to Ireland to get the snakes out. So
Right.
church
So
snake.
it's likely that the cold climate and the oceans around Ireland, if you ever been there, it's quite cold, kept snakes from ever inhabiting the island. But the myth comes from a metaphor for driving out paganism.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
witches. I knew it was going to be the
Right.
witches. It's always
Right.
the
So-
witches. It's
So
always
that's
church
what the
witches,
snakes were.
witches.
But there were no snakes to chase. But whatever. I mentioned that the color he wore was blue. Green was once considered unlucky.
Yeah, we learned that here. We all learned that
Yeah.
here when we had our
Yeah.
Right.
family.
We did learn that recently on the show. I was just going to say that.
Mhm.
The color most associated with St. Patrick was blue, and green only became synonymous with the day in the late 18th century after the 1798 Irish Rebellion. So, myth number 2. Myth number 3 is St. Patrick was likely British, not Irish. He was probably born in Britain, possibly Scotland or Wales, around 390 AD. How about that?
Yeah, I heard Wells.
He did. Yep. He was kidnapped by Irish raiders and enslaved at age 16 before escaping and later returning as a missionary. Pretty cool.
Not cool for him.
Let's talk leprechauns, shall we? Since we had a show recently about
the wee people. The wee people.
We did. In Irish folklore, leprechauns are often depicted as grumpy, solitary fairies who fix shoes. But originally, they're not friendly. A lot of people think of leprechauns as like cute little things, but originally not friendly little creatures.
I know. I seen the movie.
Yeah, the leprechaun. I love it. I think we all can guess what shamrocks were used for originally. In Catholicism, they were used to teach the right. They were used to teach the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Not sure why 4-leaf clovers are lucky. If anybody knows in the comments, let us know. That's something I did not come across.
Well, the reason we do 4-leaf clovers is because clovers are usually 3 leaves.
Yeah.
So they feel that if you see a 4-leaf clover, you got luck. That was the myth, because it's not a normal 4-leaf clover.
Right.
Well, aren't shamrocks 4 leaves and clovers are 3?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't find so many shamrocks.
But you don't find a lot of shamrocks.
Clovers. You don't usually find a 4-leaf clover.
Fun fact, one of my life skills is finding 4-leaf clovers.
I know this. I know this about Kim.
Oh, really?
Good at finding 4-leaf clovers. It's actually really weird and very scary. But
no, she found one at St. Patrick's Cemetery. Speaking of St. Patrick's Cemetery, you found a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah. I just will look down and they're right there. Literally just right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Lucky. She's lucky. She's really a leprechaun.
I am Irish.
You're lucky, lassie.
A lucky lass. I love it. We love food on this show. We love our food. And but some of us don't love beef. But corned beef, which a lot of people other than I
had some today. Corned beef cabbage. Yeah.
Eat this. That's an Irish American twist. So bacon and cabbage were actually popular in Ireland. But corned beef became a traditional meal for Irish immigrants in America. So, bacon, if you want to be authentic.
You know why? Why? Because beef was, was expensive, and they did mix it with corn.
Exactly.
They mixed it, they made a thing, and then they mixed it together with corn. I don't know if nowadays it's not mixed with corn, but.
Yep. Yeah. And soda bread. I did have some of that.
I have a fun fact about different kinds of corned beef. You've heard of there's red beef and gray beef.
I did not know that.
Apparently this is not a thing south of New England. So in New England, we eat the gray beef, and everywhere else apparently eats the red beef. And the difference is what actually brines it. So in New England, we brine it with just salt water, and it turns it gray. It looks disgusting, but it's delicious. And apparently everywhere else brines it with nitrous sodium, something like that. It's a different kind of brining solution. So it keeps it red colored. So if you ever see a gray one, eat it. It's better.
I cook it in beer.
I love how we're our guests are already commenting on this.
We got already 48 comments.
I love it. There were Jewish communities that made corned beef. The corn with large salt pieces. Right. Exactly. To preserve it. Yes. Mm-hmm. They're like way beyond this. I'm just doing a quick overview here because I want to bring them on.
Yeah. And then Kim has to tell us the.
Yes. So let's talk parades because that's a big thing. The first parade was actually in America. St. Patrick's Day parades began in American colonies, not in Ireland. The earliest recorded parade was Boston, Massachusetts, where Kim's from, in 1737. And the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade, which I love, takes place in Dripsey, County Cork, lasting 77 feet. Little parade.
That was the line to the pub.
I love it. They're like, parade's over.
The parade's over. Let's get out to the pub. 17 feet.
Love it.
The little tiny parade for the little leprechauns.
It's a mini parade. I love it. It's like you take 3 steps. Okay, time for a Guinness. Love it. And the last thing, well, I think that might have been the last thing I was going to. Oh, the Chicago River. Let's talk about the Chicago River, which is a really cool thing that we do in this country. I found out when I came here that they turn it green, and people are sort of like, ew, like, what do you use or whatever? But they do use an environmentally friendly dye. To dye, they use 40
the
pounds.
Italians use the Chicago River for a different thing. The Sicilians use it for a different thing.
I knew that was I knew he was gonna say that.
Hey, the shoe fits. You get it? The bitch, the shoe fits.
You know, I got what you said. I got it.
The cement shoe fits.
A little scary, but I got what you said. So yeah, since 1962, they dyed the river green with 40 pounds of environmentally friendly dye. So not Irish, but happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's.
I wore blue, the original color.
I wore black, my original color.
That was on purpose.
Good.
The original color was blue, so lucky blue tonight.
So that's cool. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for that little information.
You are welcome. Just some easy, fun facts.
Kim, if you don't have anything tonight, it's fine.
What? I didn't even say anything.
Oh, I know.
Your face.
A chance.
Sure, I don't have anything. Let's go.
Kim, you said you didn't have anything. All right,
like, I don't know. Yeah, have some Jameson with me.
Yeah.
So.
Hi, Kim.
Hey, guys. Yeah, what's going on? So,
how you doing?
Well, I also wanted to bring something in honor of our guest tonight for the weird news. I don't know if anybody has heard about this man who was kidnapped by dolphins in Florida and made to work underwater with construction for 3 days by a head dolphin named Gerald. This is viral. This is a viral story that went around today, and it is hilarious. And there are plenty of memes and like AI renditions of this man's story. It's a fake story, but so they say, because there's other people that say there were CIA down there and FBI all investigating this. So it's a weird story that's circulating around right now. It's hilarious. I highly recommend looking at some AI renditions.
Well, you're talking about Florida, so what do you expect?
I expect crazy things, right? And so Jenny says, CIA dolphins. It could be like, there's so many things that are happening right now that we always thought were untrue, and they're true. So I don't know about the news anymore. I believe it.
I never thought that was true. Look at
it is.
Dolphins.
But otherwise, there's some stuff going on in the sun. It's blasted off a few filaments. Plasma filaments, and we just came out of a G1 storm, and we're supposed to be going into a G2, G3 storm over the next few days. So the energy hitting the planet continues. There's no major, alignments right now, but there's going to be some major planetary alignments in the beginning of April. That will be middle of April. That should be interesting. But yeah, so looking forward to a little bit of a G storm coming up.
Cool.
Okay.
Anybody feel that tornado yesterday? Because I did.
What tornado?
Holy cow! Last night
we had stuff go down, but nothing like the tornado. It might have been tornado A.
I mean, it was super windy. Yeah, it blasted the house at like 12 p.m. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
please tell me the rest of the year will be better. Mary Beth, I feel you there. Well, let's put it this way. So the sun now is on the descending phase. So we just hit maximum and now we're on the descending. So that is good news. So the energy blasting us from the sun should continue to go down. Usually, there's like massive revolutions, wars have been associated with solar maximums or like after solar maximums. So, but after that, it should be, less energetic hitting us. So yes. Yeah. I think so, Mary Beth.
Okay.
Well, but for tonight, we're all going to get along. It's all going to be good.
Yeah. No wars, no nothing.
No.
We're going to have this happy St. Patty's and
I would love to get kidnapped.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I would just like to be kidnapped.
I got nothing.
Dolphins, take me now.
I don't care.
Imagine that. Dolphin. All right. Well, you don't have to worry about getting eaten by a shark then.
Bring it.
But be well protected.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be something.
Yeah.
So, I just want, before we let have them come on, I just want to show we got new things on our new pictures on our profile. When we advertise. Look at Jenny.
Oh yeah, look at her, so cute.
Look, new Jenny. That's a new Jenny picture.
I like how they added the 666 on the reader down at the bottom.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I know.
that's
and that's actually,
classy.
Fun fact, my real shirt. I actually do have that shirt.
And look at this guru.
Oh my God, I love the wink.
Oh my gosh. Just
Look at
love
this guru.
ponies.
Yeah,
wink is
everybody
good.
now with
That
these
guy
apps,
above
everybody's
you is the best.
becoming cartoon characters. Hey,
If anybody has an idea who the man in the beard is in the background, let me know. AI put it there. I don't know who he is.
That's the perv that looks in your window at night.
I'm like, is that the rendition of God from AI? I'm like, interesting.
Maybe.
Distinguished.
That's a good thing with Ask AI.
So
never mind.
all right,
Going down a rabbit hole.
Jenny,
Anthony, let's see you.
I don't have mine up there.
Aw.
All right. Well,
I don't have mine up
Well,
there.
you can just be the eye
I
candy.
do. Yeah,
There he is.
all right.
there I go.
Gabagool.
Gabagool, and I do have that shirt.
So many skulls. This
Yeah,
could be like an I Spy. How many skulls can you find?
Yeah. Well, what doesn't fit in this
4.
picture type of thing? That's a gabagool. I already do got that shirt, and this one too I got here. I think people seen that on the posters
You
too.
look scary there.
Yeah, serious.
That's how I used to stand when I used to work at the bar. Mess with me?
Well,
Now, if I can't even walk up to the bar because I need a cane and everything else. I'm old bastard now.
so if anybody wants to know how to make those pictures, Ron, go on ChatGPT. Tell them to make a cartoon of you. Put your picture on there. Say things you like. And thank you, Adam, for reminding me to add Sour Patch Kids into mine.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Listen. Okay, so I mean, I'll guess in the back.
It's
Listen
time.
to our
I know. It's
data.
time.
It's time to let somebody on.
I agree. Let's do it. You ready? So
ready.
Tonight, I'm so excited because we have all appeared on their wonderful podcast. It is called The Witching Hours. It is a remarkably great podcast that I enjoy.
Agreed.
And we have all three of us have been on it alone, and some of us have been on it together.
Yeah, we all three of us have been on it together too.
So we're happy to have them on our show. Finally, one of those guests.
Yeah.
So please, it's going to be Jenny night here tonight. Tonight we have Frosty Shepherd and medium Jenny Lee with us from the Witching Hours podcast. Hello, guys. That took forever.
Hello.
Hey.
Doesn't usually take us that long. We're sorry.
Happy Celtic People's Day.
Yeah.
Because St. Patrick can go somewhere with them snakes.
There you go. There you go.
I did not know.
Are you guys Irish? Well, are you guys Irish? Both of you?
We both have Irish ancestry. Yeah.
I have a little bit. Yeah.
I had an Irish girlfriend
From the County Cork, actually, which she brought up earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That 7-foot parade or whatever they had there.
to the bar counter.
The pub and back. Yeah.
It was 17 feet because you're waiting to get your beer. You're waiting to get your Guinness.
Yeah.
You go like this and you could touch everybody.
That's funny.
I love it. That's fun. So what do you guys do on St. Patrick's Day? Do you have traditions?
Well, I got my green shirt on. We
Okay.
usually try to eat something Irish. Like the last few years, we've made bangers and mash. But this year we had
tonight, but we didn't.
This year we had
really have
Wawa,
any
so that
good
didn't count.
plays. Yeah.
No.
I love it. Wow.
Yeah,
Or as I like to call it in my house, mash.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat meat.
Yeah, just mash. No bangers.
I'm a
for you.
vegetarian, so we call it mash
Yeah.
in my house. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, well.
So cool. Thanks for being here. This is so exciting. Like I said, it feels like such a long time coming, episode 75.
And it was so exciting for you guys to do some weird news in honor of us coming on. That was cool.
Yeah.
Which I actually wanted to say the dolphin story is interesting. And it already seemed like I had heard something similar to that before. And so just to bring it up, the CIA used dolphins in the Cold War to try to see if they could attach bombs to ships. So
there was CIA dolphins.
Yeah.
Right.
So there has been CIA dolphins. So maybe you never know.
The movie with Bill Murray. Oh my gosh, when there's the two dolphins that have the there's a movie with Bill Murray and the two dolphins have cameras on their head, but they only show each other. So every time they show them, they spent thousands of dollars training them in the movie, and all they see are just each other because they're always looking at each other.
I totally know which movie you're talking about. It's like the aquatic life of somebody.
No, it's Life Aquatic.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Life Aquatic was an excellent movie.
Right.
Anyway, but
Life Aquatic. Yep.
I thought that was a very weird story to bring up today, guys.
Yeah, it is. And they, like you said, there were CIA. They used to train the dolphins with bombs on them to go into ships that they couldn't go near and blow up the ship because they didn't. Nobody did not trust a dolphin, because it wasn't the enemy.
Oh no, I don't trust them now.
Right. They're like, how cute. Come on over.
Yeah. Hey, look, this dog. Boom. Oh, great.
This has gone so dark. So fast.
You guys have your own podcast. So, I mean, how did you guys get into, a paranormal podcast or just not just, because you go beyond spirits, you do Bigfoot, you do everything, How did you start as investigators or just were interested and just started a podcast? I know Jenny's a medium, so I know she's doing that part of it. Ross, are you an investigator or anything?
I'll let you go first here, Jenny.
I was going to let you tell the story because it's your story, man.
Well, Jenny had started doing medium readings on Twitch, which is we're all over the place now, but that's where we start. That's kind of our home base for streaming. And so as she was doing that and kind of building a community around her mediumship and stuff, we had talked about possibly doing a paranormal podcast. I was always like really into Art Bell and Coast to Coast back in the 90s and into the early 2000s. And so I was like, you know what, I would kind of like to do something like that on my own. So we kind of kicked it around. Originally, I was going to do it by myself. And then we decided that we would like to do it together. So it was around 2021, right there, I think in the October of 2021. Our first episode was actually Halloween episode. And so we've been doing it ever since. So yeah, we just decided, just like Coast to Coast or Unsolved Mysteries and all the kind of things that I grew up that got me into the paranormal, we decided we talk about it all. So whether it's ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, or CIA dolphins, we're willing to talk about it,
Right. So you start with weird news. We
do. Yeah.
Yeah. But format to your podcast.
Yeah. So we like the weird, that was like another thing, so much of what I do is really just ripping off Art Bell. I love the show and that's kind of what would happen. That was just kind of, I wanted to take a little piece from that, but instead of getting into the world news and talking about all the wars that are going on and talking about the economy and the stock market and all that stuff, I decided that I would keep it just kind of with the paranormal. So sometimes you get conflicted because there is big news and you kind of want to mention it if people want to talk about it. But for the most part, we just try to stick to a little bit of the kind of what's going on with UFOs, what's going on with any weird paranormal stories. If something's happening, like obviously we when we had the stuff going on with Annabelle and stuff like that, we were bringing that up in the weird news. So anything like that kind of is connected to the stuff we talk about, we try to bring up in there.
Yeah, I mean, your stories. I mean, when I was on, it was like it was everything you said. It was like interesting. That's pretty cool. It's like it was really nice. It's like wow. And that was a good take on the beginning of the show.
Yeah. we get into a lot of cool things. We get into like quantum physics, or what you were talking about, Kim, I think earlier with the sun spots and what's going on with the flares and X flares, and
right.
Which, is always a really interesting topic to me because of the Carrington event and stuff like that. Like I'm always really, interested in like what could happen with that.
Yeah.
We were at like near Carrington risk a few months ago. There was that massive sunspot that came through, and they were almost predicting like, heads up, this could really, throw something, and it didn't. It's crazy that it didn't throw anything at us. But did you hear about that meteorite in
Ohio?
Yes,
I did.
Ohio. I knew you guys would have heard about it.
Of course you did.
It on flash open. I love it.
Yeah, I posted the video of it in our Discord a little bit earlier. So it was pretty interesting. But it didn't hit, right? I think it just made a
explode.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, make this So that's good.
Of course, Ohio. We have a bingo card on this show, and one of the things on our bingo card that we seem to come back to every week is that Ohio has this like enormous amount of activity. We don't know why.
That's really interesting because one of the things that through our show we've realized is really active when it comes to states is Michigan. And and we've wondered if there's not a connection to the Great Lakes and paranormal activity.
Yeah.
There you go.
That could be because the Great Lakes have a lot of history on it, from people losing their lives, and also then you got UFO sightings all the time, and then you got the Nessie, the serpent that looks like the Loch Ness monsters type of thing, and so you have all kinds of you have all these things going on. So yeah, it's probably. I mean, if the UFO, if the aliens came down, where would they hide? Under the water, and those lakes are something that is so deep.
Yeah,
so it's a possibility.
Very deep.
Yeah. So I did Ohio, and the Finger Lakes. I know they all have some kind of story. Everybody has it around the lakes. Always have something.
Yeah,
so,
lots of
point.
UFO activity. Lots of paranormal, like lots of cryptids in Michigan and Ohio. And I also feel like, there's always been the idea that moving water, can provide energy to the paranormal. And so, maybe that's what's going on there. I don't know.
I'm going to say, Frosty, out of all the people we've asked, you're the first person that's actually given me a theory that I'm like, oh yeah, I could actually like sink my teeth into that one as to why. I don't know. Yeah. It's great. Thank you.
He's
Our
pretty
guest
smart.
last week was investigates in Ohio, and he was like, I don't know. But one other person said it could be a prevalence of Native Americans there. And I thought, well, okay, but also in New Jersey, also in New York, also in
everywhere, really.
Arizona. Exactly. But
I mean, anywhere there's moving water, it is that's how they can make electricity out of water. The movement of the water, that's the mills and everything, how they used to make these machines move and everything from the moving of the water, and just to move the water itself. I mean, I feel that moving water can energize the paranormal. Anything to do with paranormal.
Well,
certain stone also has been known to have more energy than other stones. So I'd be curious to know what kind of, rock makes up the land in Ohio. Could be another thing.
Yeah.
Lime. It could be lime. It could be granite. It could be anything.
Limestone.
Something that could hold some sort of energy. I know we have theories on some of the people that stone can't hold energy, but
Crystal. All right.
Wait, what?
I know.
They already know this about me.
I know.
Anyway.
I didn't want to specifically point to anybody.
It's not about me. So let's talk about Jenny now. So Jenny, you were already a medium when you started the podcast.
What's your question?
You were already a medium, obviously, when you started the podcast. So how long were you calling yourself a medium, and how long did you know you had these abilities?
Yeah, how long? When did you find out you had the abilities?
It's like I knew, like I had weird stuff happening my whole life, and I should have known, but I didn't know to put a title on it until about 2018. And then about the end of 2019, somewhere in 2019, we started doing some ghost investigations with a local group. And there was another lady in the group who also was a medium. So she kind of took me under her wing a little bit. And then I started taking classes. And by 2020, I was feeling pretty confident. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So by 2021, that's when I started doing it professionally.
Nice.
Good. And people call you up and, you said you do what? Twitch?
I do readings on Twitch, but I also do personal readings. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It's so interesting that you also started having, more intensive stuff in 2018. I mean, that's also when I had around the time when I was really starting to get more into it too. That's interesting.
I have a theory about that, Kim. Mm-hmm. I think that Spirit knew what was coming for us for 2020. And I think that it was kind of like, hey, more people need to be aware of the other side, and there needs to be more of this in the world because of what's coming.
And that was enough time to prepare. That makes perfect sense. Oh God, we love a good theory on this show. That was a good one.
I noticed after 2020, a lot more people got into the paranormal, the spiritual, and everything else, from mediums, psychics, and just get their abilities just, I guess, enhanced after that for whatever reason. And I
got a theory on that too, Anthony.
Yeah.
Because everybody had time to actually think for themselves instead of having to work every hour of the day, just to do whatever they're supposed to be doing. They had time to actually pursue the things that they were interested in.
Yeah.
It's amazing what will come into your life when space is there.
Yeah. And that was a whole year that everybody shut down and had to stay home. So everybody could reflect on themselves.
Which some people did not like. And other people, it gave them a chance to do something different.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, after that, people started getting, because I know before that, every person with a K2, and starting after 2004, after the show started, everybody with a K2 became a paranormal investigator.
Mm-hmm.
I became an investigator, and now I'm the best. And then they started with these fancy equipment, the bells and whistles and flashing lights and everything, So, and everybody started getting into it. But then now 2020 came, and everybody became psychics and mediums, and they pursued to another level after that. Before that, everybody was just investigators. Some people were psychics. Yes, we had the abilities. Some people had the abilities back then, and they realized it. But after 2020, everybody became psychics. Before that, they were all investigators. All of a sudden, they become psychics within a year. So maybe that's, because we all started doing this because we had some sort of experience or something that we wanted to solve for ourselves, and that's why I got into it. I tried to prove that I wasn't crazy, but Jenny knows better. I can't prove that.
I noticed something too during that period of time, though, and I think it was one day, a couple of years, maybe a year or two after COVID, and I walked in to like a Target or something, and there were all kinds of shirts that had Sage That S, or like all kinds of very kind of new agey stuff that was kind of on the t-shirts, and witchcraft stuff, and lots of tarot imagery on t-shirts, like in mainstream stores. And I thought to myself, this isn't, because sometimes you wonder, we're in the paranormal world now, we hang out with y'all, so it's like of course all this stuff is coming up when we talk to you guys. But it was really interesting because I didn't realize that it was becoming so mainstream at that point that you can go out into Walmart and find a shirt with tarot cards on it.
Yeah. Before that was taboo. You couldn't do that, especially in those places because of different religions that don't like seeing that. And all of a sudden it became, whoa, hey, I don't know if they look at it now as like a cartoon type of thing. They don't take it serious. These religions, they don't take us serious. They just it's just another hobby.
I think there's some kickback to that now. I think there's starting to be a little kickback. There's a lot of stuff that's happening, not so much in the United States right now, but are happening. Actually, it's made it into the weird news a little bit about like laws against witchcraft and stuff in a lot of other countries that are starting to be enacted and stuff. So,
really,
yeah, there's always that pendulum, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. St. Patrick with the snakes.
Yeah.
Snakes. Yeah, it's funny because we never seem to learn by our past histories.
Right, Anthony?
The human race does not learn.
No, it doesn't seem like it. We have a very short memory span.
They burn themselves on an open flame. They go, ow, and then they go back and they put their finger there again. Ow, when are you going to stop?
Yeah,
it's like learn the first time. If you put your finger on that flame, you're gonna get burned. So stop. But we don't have that ability. A lot of people don't have that ability anymore. So what are they gonna start burning witches again?
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
Me and Kim will be really scared.
Sure, I don't know. Go for it.
That got dark really quickly.
I'll be back, so don't worry. Go ahead.
I love it. No. But I wonder, like, if we are sort of like doomed to repeat things until we learn lessons sometimes, like that's a very Buddhist concept, but who knows? Maybe it's just a large experiment where we have to keep going until we learn.
Yeah, well, that's going to be I don't know.
That's going to be an eternity.
It's going to be like the infinity,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. So neither of you.
That's the show tonight. Thank you guys for coming, everybody.
Yeah, geez,
we're all screwed.
Okay.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Mine and our beer by the end of the night. Jeez.
We all need some of Anthony's Jameson.
Yeah.
Seriously. Also, we do have a drinking game on our show. So
he mentioned it.
Yeah. Cannoli. I said it.
There you
gotta
go.
do it now.
Now I got some water.
Yeah, drink your water. Whatever it is.
Whatever you got is what we say. Drink what you got.
Cheers.
Whatever you got.
I love it.
Yeah. So your show is, I mean, we all love your show. We watch it and everything. And I see the little clips that you have that you on Facebook, wherever I see it, and it's like that's very interesting. How you get to do that and stuff. You've got good guests.
Yeah, like all of you guys were on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always write a little comment and I was like, it's like you are the first like. I feel like a stalker.
I always appreciate it.
Thank
We
you,
always
Jenny.
appreciate
it. Jenny,
I feel like, oh God, did I do it too fast? Am I a stalker?
No,
No.
we appreciate it.
Funny.
We appreciate every one of them.
You're in Virginia, is that correct?
We are.
Virginia. Okay. Speaking of states, I was just going back to that.
Yeah.
So are there locations in Virginia that you're drawn to? Like Kim says, the location calls you, right? That's her theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Locations call to you. Are there places in Virginia that you feel drawn to? Jenny?
I'm a cemetery person, even though that there aren't really spirits hanging out in the cemetery. I just love being in cemeteries. And then I'm always drawn to like the old rundown farmhouse. It's out on like a country road on a hill somewhere where like you'll never be able to go investigate because like it's somebody's private property that like they're not taking care of anyway, you know, like those are the kind of places where I'm like, ooh, yeah, I want to go in there, but it's not open to the public, you know. Those are the kind of places.
Got my new book today.
Ooh, what is it?
You gotta go closer.
Cemetery. Cool.
Yeah, this is in Brooklyn. This has some of the Fox sisters in it, and they got
neat.
This cemetery has a lot of history in it, and you guys see some of the stones in there. You know the 5 points, all the from the movie 5 points, the gangs in was it Gangs in New York, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And, each one of those characters were based on a true character, and they're all buried in the cemetery. So I looked it up. You know, and there's politicians in there and everything. So that's one of the biggest cemeteries. I'm a cemetery person. That's how I started.
Me too. I love it.
Yeah. We gotta get together in the cemetery.
Yeah, let's go.
Now Jenny left out part of that because she actually would go to those houses and do illegal activity. But I always go, no.
Don't tell anybody that. You're gonna get me in trouble.
You cannot go there. You cannot trespass.
Okay, that's guerrilla. I call that guerrilla investigating.
Actually, that was one of our first dates. I took him to this little cemetery that was behind a house that was abandoned in my old neighborhood. That's what he's talking
fantastic.
about.
What was your first date at cemetery?
That's perfect.
He was one of the first ones. Yeah. Well, he should have known. He should have known.
With that, then
fair warning there, Frosty.
The funny thing is that as a kid, he was like terrified of witches. And then like the first time he like has a real girlfriend, that's what he ends up with. So
and as an adult, he's still terrified of witches.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love
what about
that.
you, Frosty? Are there places in your state that just feel like supernaturally interesting to you?
Well, you know, being like a history guy, Virginia is a great place. You know, if you want to go, I mean, obviously everything's just as old as everything else, but it kind of has, you know, you have the first permanent British settlement in Virginia in Jamestown. I think if there's anywhere that I wish I could investigate, it would be Jamestown, just because of what happened there and it being so old. But it's like a national park, essentially, federally owned. But there's lots of great places in Virginia to investigate. We got to go to was it Hall's Tavern that we got to do a little bit of investigation. We got to be the first people to do investigation there.
Nice.
Which is an old tavern that got put out on private land in the 1600s. So that was really interesting. So yeah, there's lots of cool places in Virginia.
We have Civil War battlefield. You look in any direction and there's one. We got like 2 in our neighborhood. So those are always good places for activity.
And if you're from Virginia, you know, the largest amount of Civil War fighting took place in Virginia. So you can just toss a rock and you're going to hit a Civil War battlefield around here.
Yeah.
And because you hear about it so much, I was not really that interested in the Civil War or Civil War history. But I have now, because every time we go to a battlefield, we get really great evidence. And it's just amazing what you can find paranormal investigating in these Civil War battlefields here.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't the first shots of the Civil War was in Virginia, wasn't it?
Yeah, Manassas. Well, Fort Sumter, South Carolina, and then the first real battle was Bull Run.
Bull Run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Have you been to the Hanover?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you go this year?
Yeah.
We did. Yes.
Yeah, I was supposed to go, but I ended up not going. I had
Well, we had all the bad weather. The bad weather happened
all
all around the same time. So when we didn't see you there, we figured that's what was up.
It was like a ice skating rink around here for like a month. It was crazy.
And then Steve said the parking lot's good, and we get to the parking lot, and the whole thing is an ice rink, and I'm like, Steve,
he's such an optimist.
Yeah.
It is not.
Especially for us.
But it was still a good event.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
Oh,
are
yeah,
not
we'll
used
be
to all
back.
that frost. Are you? You're not all that frost down
Do
there?
what?
Yeah,
You're
we're
not-
not.
Yeah.
You're
We're
not
not
used to
so
all that
used to
frost.
it.
No.
You know, we get a big snow down here every once in a while, but everything
Mhm.
shuts down. And what we had is we had like just a tiny bit of snow that just got compacted down into a thin sheet of ice. And we were, I mean, literally, I think we were out of school for 2 weeks. Like it
Yeah.
was just,
Oh,
And it
yeah,
took like a month for it to finally start melting because it never
yeah,
warmed up, which for here is not. I mean, that I had never seen anything like
yeah,
that before.
abnormal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
was a deep freeze.
paranormal
Well,
ice.
we don't have the infrastructure for it. So like we don't have the stuff to clear the roads and like they
No.
ran out of salt.
They were just
And
like, oh, we're
so
not going to sell it anymore.
yeah,
All right.
Stay home.
yeah,
Make some hot cocoa. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Stay home and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Mm.
You know, yeah. You know, we have our share up here with
Oh,
with all that stuff, but we don't get as many hurricanes as you guys. So you
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It always
True.
seems to come on shore by you guys.
But you guys were talking about there was a tornado near you last night
No,
yeah. In Maryland, I saw
in
one.
Maryland. Okay.
like, that's not near us, but no, we didn't have it. There was no
Yeah.
tornado.
Did you
It
guys have
definitely touched
bad
down, but we had the
storms,
dead
though?
wind.
Yeah, we just had a lot of wind.
No.
It was a big front that came through, and
We
it
did
was like
too.
it was like a
Yeah.
pin. It was like a pin line, a front line. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when it hit, it was just like, oh my gosh! It just
Yeah,
rolled
I'm still
back.
hearing wind right now outside.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
mile per hour winds out here right now.
It was windy today too.
Mhm.
Here
You know?
still. Yeah.
And you drive around, you see trees down and everything, your branches across the streets and on top of
My
cars.
neighbor's tree fell.
Oh
My next door
no.
neighbor. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Next
That's
door
crazy.
neighbor. Yeah. It was like, I don't know if we were in the middle of that pin, but it was like, it reminded me of Hurricane Sandy. Like I had never been through a hurricane before. And the noise, it's so loud, right? Like it's not just the wind, it's the noise of the wind, like the shaking of the house and things like that. I couldn't believe how
Yeah.
loud it was. It woke us up last
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah.
We thought it
Yeah.
had completely died down, and we had just gotten our youngest one to bed, and she's kind of
Oh.
especially kind of terrified of storms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
everything had been very calm, and then we just had, like you said, one of those little. It was like a little tiny sliver of storm came through, and
Yeah.
we got like these huge gusts of wind, and it was just like, oh man, like it's gonna
Well,
start.
our
knocking down
town
trees
also
and stuff.
has like a warning siren that'll
Oh,
go off.
no.
Oh, really?
So as soon as I tucked her in, it went off, and she comes running down the stairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Man,
But
you
we
guys
were okay.
You guys couldn't have done that like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Let it sleep. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Frosty. You said you got a lot of great evidence. You were initially in your initial thing, going back to what you were saying, and when I asked you about places that you loved, you were talking about evidence on the battlefields. Like what type of evidence do you mean?
We went to what was the name of that one in Fredericksburg? We went to Frosty Spotsylvania. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a big battlefield that wasn't too far from where we used to live. And we
It was
went
in
out
Orange.
there just to walk around, and I just decided to see, put my feelers out there and see what we could feel. And we were recording on just my phone at the same time. And all of a sudden I heard, in my mind, a cannon fire.
Ooh.
And like I could feel the reverberation in my chest.
Wow.
And on the recording, when we listened to it later, it was maybe about 30-40 seconds after I said it out loud. I said, oh, I just heard a cannon. You can hear it on the recording.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And, we compared it to all listening to on YouTube or whatever, different kinds of artillery. And it was a Civil War cannon shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
And we didn't hear it with our ears. I
Mhm.
heard it, telepathically or whatever. And then we heard it on the recording. So that was really exciting.
Yeah, that was
okay, so
exciting.
it's like an EVP. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was exciting for me because I was the one who heard the cannon fire And she had told me, she's like, I heard like a cannon go off. And I was like, okay. But then when I was going back over the audio, like you hear, I mean, it was clear as day. And I could tell that it wasn't like a rifle shot or anything. So then I'm like, going through YouTube videos of people firing like Civil War artillery to see if I can like mash it up with something.
The FBI's looking into it now.
So
it wasn't CIA dolphins. Okay, what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really weird because I heard it in my mind and it took like 40 seconds for it to show up on the recording.
Yeah, that's
like, what is that? It wasn't at the same time.
Yeah.
Kim's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that's interesting.
I don't have a theory for that.
I don't have a theory for that either.
I don't know what that was.
I mean, it could be like a premonition experience, like you were like a premonition about it, or spirit could have been somehow warning you that it's going to happen or something like that. I don't know, but that is weird that it would be after. Like the recording.
Like you said, maybe you heard it before it happened.
Yeah.
And then 40 minutes later,
was it what you heard? Like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Anthony. It was exactly what you heard.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
But I also felt it in my body.
Right.
When I heard it in my mind, I could feel it like in my chest.
Was exactly the same sound, like not just cannon fire. Okay, so the exact same one. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you felt it in your chest, was it like, did you feel like you were a person that was hit by it?
No, like just when you're with like a really loud sound, like it makes that reverberation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I could feel it.
Well,
the
you had been
of it.
Yeah.
In time and space. That's super cool.
You had been talking to a soldier right before that too.
Yeah, I had been talking to a soldier the whole time, which I did spend some time trying to actually see if he was a real person, but I could never find the information. But his perspective of what was happening was interesting because he said that he knew that he had passed, but his friends were still there and they didn't know. Oh, wow. So he was staying there to like be with them because they didn't realize that they had passed. It was very interesting.
Oh, wow.
Did you feel like he had come in to talk to you? And
yeah, I had, we're doing the like little EVP sessions. So of course you're asking for somebody to come.
Yeah.
And I could feel him. Yeah. He was like walking along with us or floating or whatever they do.
In time and space.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because when I'm at a location, I will feel them. It depends. It depends on where the information or where the person's coming from. But sometimes I will feel, I kind of almost call them like free spirit, not really free spirits, but they have freedom of movement to go out of the plane into the plane if they choose, coming in to communicate with me sometimes. And then other times it's like more earthbound or spirits who are within the space.
This guy didn't seem like he was earthbound. He was choosing to be there because he knew that his friends didn't understand what was happening.
I mean,
like a guide.
Maybe that guy there could be used one day to cross those other guys over.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be trained or something to actually understand how to, because he's been there. So he's been over and he came back. So maybe he could, you could train him how to cross over his friends or how they could understand also.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's the only, that's the only thing I could think, because he is here to help them. He's like their guardian angel.
Yeah, he's like looking out for them. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kim, what were you going to say?
Experienced that where spirits. I mean, there is choice. People say there's no choice. There's 1,000% choice at the time of passing.
Yep.
In my belief, and I've experienced something kind of like that. A lot of the Native Americans, I feel like, will kind of choose to be back in the space or as a guardian or something like that of the space or of the family of the tribe. And then also, interestingly, at Pearl Harbor, I actually experienced people, it was like spirits volunteering to come and like honor the space in spirit. It was fascinating. And it wasn't even spirits that like had died there. It was like they were just like volunteering, and they were like at a salute, like all around the perimeter.
Oh, wow.
It was fascinating. I hadn't, ever thought of something like that, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. First time I'm hearing that. That's very interesting.
But it makes sense.
You're holding out on him, Kim.
They always hold out the good stories.
I would love to talk about Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is an interesting place.
I get the boring stories. I ain't seen that. Oh,
No, I know. I hadn't heard that one yet from Kim. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And that makes, I mean, in a way, with military, I can see that making sense, that they would come back, the people that passed come
but
back.
It wasn't all people that had passed. It was like family members or just people who volunteered their spirit time to honor the space. It was like it was like a spirit volunteer station. It was interesting. Anyway, so when you go to locations, Jenny, do you tend to see spirit in space, or they come to you, or how does your mediumship work at these locations, these historical locations?
I seem to pick up on a lot of residual, like, I don't know. I guess in some respects, it's more like I'm remote viewing the past. Like I see a lot of like weird snippets of things that I know aren't like, they're not ghost things. They're just things that happen there. But sometimes I do like see somebody or experience somebody that's there, that it's, really there.
Yeah.
Like currently there, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went through the Spirit Realm Network, which we're part of, our podcast is part of. We were able to go to a place called Booby's Brewery in Pennsylvania.
We know it. I've been there.
Yeah. And,
Pennsylvania.
in Pennsylvania. And there was 3 or 4 spirits. Well, 3 spirits and an elemental that were in the space that we were interacting with. Yeah. So for me, it was kind of like, I guess some of it was still a mixture of like seeing what people experience. It's like I was seeing what people would experience as these ghost things. You're like, oh, there's a person popping out from the wall back there, but I wasn't seeing it myself. I was seeing it as like people experience that.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like, here comes the ghost lady, like floating through the wall. And I'm like, okay, there she is, so it's a combination.
Cool.
I mean, that's why when I see things, and that's why I see things. So that's why I put it on paper. I draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's helps me, in a way. And when I draw things, sometimes like people like, that's what I seen, like they verify what, and I because you don't get everything on pictures, you don't get everything, So when I put it down when I draw it down on paper, and people, like psychics, a lot of psychics, like that's what I see it all. Somebody just seen something the first time and like, oh wow, or they describe it, and then I just show them the picture, and they're like blown away.
Yeah. People need the validation to know that what they're seeing is for real. Yeah. Somebody else experienced it too,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like evidential mediumship, like the idea that you have that thing to be able to kind of give it more credence,
True.
Yeah.
I have a question on that note for Frosty.
Yeah.
Frosty, when you met, and you went on your first date in the cemetery, which I still love. How did you work with mediums before? Did you know mediums? Did you know about mediumship? Like, what was your level of experience? Is that too personal of a question? I mean,
no. Well, I mean, we were pretty young. She was a freshman in high school, and I was a sophomore.
Okay.
So I did not know any mediums beforehand. She wouldn't have considered herself.
That makes sense.
She wouldn't have considered herself a medium yet, but she did consider herself to be of a little bit of a psychic at that point, even then.
Okay. How did you feel about that back then?
I mean, that was one of the reasons we were boyfriend and
Cool,
girlfriend.
right?
I think,
Okay.
right? We liked watching scary movies together, and
one of the
talking
first
about the
times I went over to
paranormal, and
his house, actually, I think it was the very first time I
very
ever went
first
to his
time.
house. His mom did the
Me
Ouija
too.
board with us.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
and
So
we did the Ouija board, and we made characters for Dungeons and Dragons. So
Yeah,
just
so
tell, weren't we the coolest kids on the block?
yeah,
You know what I
nothing's
You were.
changed. Nothing's changed. Throw a pizza in there, and it's all the same.
It's true.
I love
It's
that.
very
That's so
true.
sweet.
That's awesome.
That is so cute. Okay, I didn't realize you were that young, so I thought.
Yeah,
well, you
we're
met
high
her.
school,
Okay.
very young high school sweethearts. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Frosty,
Right.
has like something Jenny's ever experienced or seen kind of freaked you out, or have you, or like opposite, you've been like, oh my gosh, this is here, like have that kind of protective, you know, where is it?
She's laughing, so I have a feeling it's going to be like everything she sees freaks me out.
Well, for example, my husband was kind of freaked out in the beginning. He was like,
Sure.
oh my gosh, like, and then he started feeling things, and then it was just kind of like, oh, that's, you know, whatever. So it was definitely like a curve of experience,
Like a learning curve.
a learning curve.
I would say that in the very beginning, it was a little bit of a roller coaster ride for that, because there was a lot of information that was coming through, and a lot of things that were connected to that were just kind of, it seemed like a lot really quickly, like, because she'd always kind of had some abilities, but it never really dived into it like she had at that point. And so it was very much kind of like a new way of life had arrived almost, you know, for us, I think. Now, I mean, it's just every day we have discussions about, you know, this message that she got from spirit, and this, you know, and we talk about this and what could this possibly mean. I mean, right now we're going down the rabbit hole of
The beginning of everything.
the beginning of what is the beginning, and like how did the beginning happen, and like talking about source, and so very woo woo.
Is this
always
through
Things we've got into.
Is this through the channeling?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And are you asking her questions, Frosty, as you're going through it?
We had a conversation, and then she was doing a reading for a client the next day, and information ended up coming through her client session that was talking about things we had discussed the night before.
Yeah.
I have a client who wants to know everything. So we're working through trying to learn everything.
It's me, okay. I admit it. I'm kidding.
So it's really
No, it's
fun
not.
because
It's not me. I'm kidding.
different entities come through to answer her questions, and it's always really fascinating. And
That's so cool.
yeah,
we were going down the rabbit hole of like one of the issues that I've just always had, you know, with any organized religion or even unorganized. I mean, no matter spirituality, whatever it was.
Those daggone unorganized religions.
Is the idea that
They're the worst.
if you believe in some kind of whatever you believe in, like what came before that? That's always my question. I was always a very problematic person in church.
Yeah.
Where'd it come from?
I was
Or
like,
what
where'd
came
that
before
come
it?
from? Yeah, like what came before it? Where did it come from? So if there's a God, then where did God come from?
Yeah.
And you know, and those are just the questions that I still have. And so that's kind of like where we've been kind of going down the rabbit hole now. I'm like, if we believe in some kind of source or God, or however you want to define it, well, what happened before that? And I feel like we've just reached a point to where it's like the event horizon or something, where it's just like we just can't, our brains can't comprehend that information, you know. I don't know.
I
that's possible.
completely know what you mean, Frosty, because so my husband and he's asked me a bunch of these like deep, you know, origin questions, and my channels have come through to talk about it, and I totally know what you're talking about, Frosty, and maybe Jenny, you feel this too in your channeling. It's like it gets to a point where like you literally can't, like, not even the nervous system, it's like there's no way to comprehend what's before it. It's fascinating.
Like it's unknowable by us because we don't have the capability of knowing it.
Like we're not large enough to comprehend it.
Right.
kind of
like the unknowable, right?
Our field not large enough to be able to digest the actuality of the answer.
Yeah, I did. I just had a reading with my same client on Sunday, I guess, and it was one of those moments where it was like, are you sure you want to know everything? Because then it was like completely overwhelming for me, and I totally lost it. Like I broke down. I couldn't, it was too much. So yeah. Are we sure we want to know? No.
We should always ask ourselves that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't go back. You can't go backwards.
Yeah.
No.
Once you know something, right?
Spirit. When it comes to spirit and all these things, they share so much with us. And spirit would share so much with us. And then I guess it comes to a point where they got to stop sharing certain things. And some things we shouldn't know. So that's why it's always going to be a question and an open to everything, because we're not supposed to know everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We're not supposed to know. So there's always going to be questions. Anything we do in the paranormal, anything with the field, the supernatural, there's always going to be that question, and you're not going to be able to answer it. And I always say, we're not going to learn all the answers until we're over on the other side.
Sometimes I wonder if we'll even know then.
Well, I was just going to say
Anthony,
that. I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even think the masterminds or master energy is even given to some at the levels of spirit on the other side. It's not. I know it's a hard concept. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but
that's been my experience too. Is even the higher energies don't know everything.
Yeah.
There's like levels. There's like levels upon levels, which is other stuff that we're getting into with that. But I mean, I was going to say, Anthony, that's part of the beauty of it's opening up the presents on Christmas morning. If you take a sneak peek, then maybe it's not as fun when you get to the other side if you already have all the answers, right?
Yeah,
true.
No.
I mean, I do like surprises.
And I feel those levels that you're talking about, it's not levels, it's the dimensions. The higher the dimension, and maybe you go to a certain part, then you go to the next dimension, then you understand another portion, and then you go to another level as you go up. So I feel it's more dimensions than actually spirit itself having levels. It's a dimension that you have to go into. Maybe like I said, we don't know. Maybe after we pass, we got a series of tests to get us into the next level. We don't know.
Yeah.
So it's possibility. Anything's possible.
And I like it that way. Anthony. I like the I don't know part of it, or I like the I think part of it, and I like the maybe this is part of it. Yeah. I usually lose interest when someone says they know. Yeah. That's usually when I get uninterested in the conversation,
100%. I mean, isn't the mystery why we do this, right? Like that's what attracts us to it. But at the same time, you were probably a lot like me when you were 2 years old, Frosty. But why? I want to know. Right? You ask a lot of questions, which I love about you.
Yeah. I think about that all the time. Because I'm a UFO. I mean, I'm a UFO guy. That's probably I like a lot of subjects, but UFOs are probably my favorite. But it's like if there was disclosure tomorrow and there was like a picture of the UFO in the news and some ETs going in to talk to Congress or something, I would probably be like, well, man, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, that stinks. No, exactly. You don't want that. You don't want
they are real.
Yeah. You ever see that movie, Mars Attacks?
Oh
we come in peace.
Yeah.
That was a traumatic movie when I watched it. I was probably too young.
I've never seen it.
What?
Mars Attacks? You never seen it?
You have to see the movie.
Movie night.
It was a little
down the field and on fire. It's great.
Another reason not to sleep tonight. As if I needed one.
Yeah.
That like the main character looked like you. She went to the White House.
Clear?
Yep, she was clear like you.
He calls me Clear. He's like, Jenny's so pale, she's clear. We had a vampire discussion on the last show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they're convinced I am one. So,
no.
so if you're going to watch a horror movie, what's your thing?
there is info to back that up, guys.
Oh yeah, there is info. I did get scratched by a bat. All right, long story.
Oh,
Anyway, I also
bit
sleep
by a
without
bat.
my coffee and I'm very pale.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go in the sun. Anyway,
Just leaves some of her
yeah.
feet in the closet.
Ageless. I mean, has she aged? I don't think so.
No, she knows her name.
this is true. You guys are convincing me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now
Never
you're
know.
wondering.
See, now everybody's.
Are you into horror? Like, are you guys horror
Yeah.
people?
We do
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
horror movies. Mhm.
I think it's changed a little bit. Like now we're getting more into like, I think, well, maybe always have been kind of like psychological horror a little bit more
yeah.
than like gore horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't watch the
Horror
gory
is like
things
right there in
anymore.
your face.
Yeah.
I was like,
I like things that make you think before, you
Mhm.
know, and it's like, you know, maybe this, maybe that. In gore movies, all you see is like, you know, she's gonna die. She's gonna die.
yeah,
He's definitely gonna die.
Yeah.
They're in bed together. They're both gonna die.
yeah. And that can be fun from time to time. I think, you know,
Yeah.
I think one of the things that started with me is I think I was about 10 years old when it came out on like the TV, you know, with Tim Curry as Pennywise and everything. And I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
that got me into kind of the
Yeah.
horror genre, I think. Yeah. That
Yeah.
and Freddy Krueger, you know, I was a kid
Oh,
like
yeah.
when all
Yeah.
when all
Mhm.
that came out. So
Yeah.
I love like a premise like that, like that you can't fall asleep. Like that's just so scary.
yeah, because you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
love
grew up with all the
that.
black and white horror movies with Dracula and the Mummy and Monster, the Black Lagoon, and all that stuff.
White Zombie. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like I grew up with all that, and horror movie. I used to like those movies back then because you watch it and you don't know what's going on. It's like today it's that job factor. You walk in, all of a sudden, a cat jumps at you, and they go, "Ooh!" Back then, and you know it was in black and white, so you had to use a lot more imagination too.
Mhm.
So I kind of like those old movies too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
we like the storytelling. Like, what was the one with Nicole Kidman? That was a really good
Oh, The
one
Others.
with
I was just
The
read my
Others.
mind. I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
kind of movie
Yeah.
with that moment, like the
Sixth
Sixth
Sense.
Sense, right?
Yeah.
Like when like I won't
The
ruin it for
twist.
people who haven't seen
Yeah.
the Sixth Sense.
Mhm.
But
Spoiler
yeah.
alert.
Yeah, no, but you can actually watch reactions on YouTube. People who the moment that they realize in The Others what happens, just in case you haven't seen the
Oh, yeah.
film, I won't say. But
Mhm.
they actually film people watching the movie and
Mhm.
at the point where they realize what's going on. And it's so cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. Because you get to
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check
re-experience
that
it.
out.
Because once you experience it, it's done.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm a big Walking Dead fan, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
We watched that.
Zombies.
We loved
yeah.
Walking Dead.
I'm watching all this series. I was like, what am I going to watch now? I got to wait 2 years for the next one. What's going on?
It's so good though.
You know,
Yeah,
so-
there's like this connection between the horror and the paranormal. Anthony was
Yeah.
saying he went to the main horror and what do they call it? The main
It was the main Paracon. It was main paranormal of the Paranormal Paracon and Horror Fest.
Yeah.
And when I was there, I can't believe how many, because I've been doing a lot of the Paracons with my art, and I can't believe how many people came up to me. It was like triple the amount of people of any Paracons I've been in, and it was just really interesting. And they wanted to hear the stories, and they asked me about the pictures, and I pointed, "You experienced that?" And they were first of all, they came in, they look at the pictures, and then I would say, every one of these pictures I experienced. I drew it, our experience. And all of a sudden they just start, whoop, and they come walking back in. And they start pointing at pictures. So I feel that the horror, we all in horror things. And later on we got to the paranormal. I don't think it has any relationship with any of that, but I think that opened our eyes to certain things also. That was the starter drug for us.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's kind of like things that are a little bit taboo, or at least were. And like horror always was like the other, And I think that, and paranormal was that way too. So I think once you're willing to admit that you're kind of a horror movie fan, it's a little bit easier to be the other with paranormal than maybe, I don't know.
You know what movie really scared me? It's funny. We started as paranormal. Now we're talking about movies, horror movies.
That's okay.
It goes. You don't know. You never know where we're going to end up.
No.
The one movie that really bothered me, and movies don't really bother me much, is The Strangers.
Oh yeah.
Serial killers.
I couldn't. Yeah.
That one. And the one to this day, I just think, why are you doing this? Because you're home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I
just got chills. That film was so disturbing.
I mean, the way the society is, stuff like that could really happen.
Yeah.
That's
I think endings like that in horror can be very beneficial sometimes, because so often you get the happy ending. Sometimes it can make you think when you don't get the happy ending,
Yeah.
Good
point.
For sure.
Good point. And everybody likes to be scared. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody. Not my daughter. She's the nope one.
Well,
I am not a horror fan. No.
But you like?
Do you get scared, Kim?
No, I don't. I don't know. It's something about the gore of it, and especially the psychological stuff of it. Like, if it could really happen to a real person, then I'm out. I can't. I feel too much of it.
Yeah, you're too empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And I can't watch movies in the theater anymore. I don't know, Jenny, if you experience this too, since you've been more open, I have a really hard time going to movie theaters. They're too loud. It's too much of an experience, and I can't go watch them in the theaters anymore.
I can watch movies in the movie theater, but I do find myself being, and I guess I probably was always like this because I was always super shy, and I guess this is where it all interlaces with each other. But after I've been around a lot of people for any significant amount of time, I definitely feel that way. Like I'm overloaded.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you need a shower? No. Like they're all still on you.
You literally have to put napkins.
An Epsom salt bath, to be specific.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I was going to ask that.
I had to work an event on Saturday where it was a lot of people. When I came home, I just laid down on the floor.
Oh, like grounding yourself.
Yeah. And I didn't need to do anything. I just needed to just be in a quiet place to reset.
Yeah, definitely reset. Well, that's wow. I know a lot of psychics, especially they go into locations with a lot of other people there, or in groups, and they get overwhelmed.
Yes,
overwhelmed, everything coming. I know some locations I get overwhelmed myself. I was working down by the tower, the downtown by the World Trade Center and stuff like that, and there's a lot of crowds down there, and sometimes I'm when I was down there working, going to the subway and stuff like that, and you can feel things, and it's overwhelming, very overwhelming. And then you can sometimes you feel nauseous from it and everything else. So I understand that you have to definitely ground. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
feel that way in Gettysburg sometimes. Do you feel that way on the battlefield?
Gettysburg, we finally got to go to Gettysburg for the first time, and we didn't get to go on the battlefield though, but that place is pretty wild. Like the whole town, this is it's I don't think I got overwhelmed. Actually, you know what, Jenny? Now
I got overwhelmed.
When we drove through, we were on a bus tour and we drove through the battlefield. And yes, just driving through the battlefield, I was felt sick.
Wow. Yeah. You did though, Frosty. You got overwhelmed just by the hallowed nature of it.
We investigated the orphanage,
and
I've heard about this place.
Yeah, and we were going on the tour. We're doing an investigation. We were with Sam Baltrusis. We were doing haunted travels kind of weekend there.
Yeah. I think I seen the advertisement with Sammy.
Yeah.
And we were in there doing an investigation, and we heard a noise come from another room that we weren't in. And the tour guide was like, well, we don't go in that room. She's like, but screw it, let's go. So we went into the chapel. We weren't even supposed to go there, and we did a session there. And as we were sitting there, I just started kind of getting I just started getting angry. Like I started getting a little frustrated, and that just kept building. I kept getting angry and angrier.
Oh, wow.
And the woman was kind of telling us the story about what was going on there. And it got to the point where I wanted to start yelling.
Yeah.
And just start shouting. And so then I was like having to tell Jenny, like what was happening. And I let everybody know. Like I was so angry. I was like, dude, you're going to stand up in front of everybody and make a fool out of yourself. And like Sam has invited us to go there. And now I'm going to make a fool.
Oh, Sam would have understood if anybody.
But like, I didn't
Well,
really
there
know
was
what
other
going on at
people
that
in
point.
the room that were having the
Oh.
same experience.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
Yeah.
that was interesting because that was totally, I mean, I firmly believe someone there was kind of messing with me, with my emotions there.
Yeah, you don't seem like the angry, explosive type.
Yeah.
Not usually.
Yeah.
No, but
We
as
did
you're a dad,
yeah.
He does have some Irish blood, so
yeah, we just found that out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the part.
no offense, Irish people.
So,
We're Irish too.
Yeah, no offense.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
that orphanage has a lot of violence that goes there, especially with the woman that used to,
Yes.
that used to hurt the children and everything. So
Yeah.
It's
there's
not a
lot
light
of violence
place.
there, so it could be almost anybody there. But then again, it could have been maybe a soldier that was in that area, maybe something else too, that was very violent.
We were all having a weird thing happening there because Sam was starting to pick up on the lady, and it's like he was like the lady was trying to get him to turn towards her perspective of it, that like everything got blown out of proportion and like she didn't really do the things. And I can see what the things she did. I was like, I was seeing some of the things she did that hadn't been really talked about. And like, I was getting mad at Sam, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
she was that bad. I was like, everybody was totally worked up.
Everybody was getting,
It was really.
I wonder, interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder if Sam was actually starting to channel or be in her communication, and then the spirits around were like, absolutely not. And then you guys were picking up on that fury of her, who was just being sort of embodied by Sam there. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it was very strange.
It was really interesting.
Like, after you left the chapel, were you still having that like residual kind of anger after, leaving the room or the house?
No, I was fine. Once we left that room, we were fine, and we ended up, going through the rest of the parts there, and we were good. It was just in that room. It was kind of like getting jumped, I guess. Just kind of. I didn't realize what was happening, and all of a sudden, I was like,
the whole room got
you gotta settle down.
I mean, it sounds like shit got real, like you said. Like Sam may have really brought that energy into the room, because that's Sam.
I know.
He's our friend. He's our friend.
I feel like
he can't go anywhere without something going on.
I know. What are we gonna do about him?
I know. Well, he's great to investigate with. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely a beacon.
Isn't he great? Yeah, no, he's the best. But go ahead, Frosty.
I was going to say, I always kind of approach these things, even though I guess I am a believer, I always try to approach them from a skeptical point of view. So like, I don't want to do anything that's going to falsify anything that we're doing. So like, I didn't want to say anything and be like, because part of me is like, oh, you're just making this up in my head, But then eventually got to the point where, like I said, where I was getting ready to stand up and start shouting. And that's when I had to be like, okay, something's going on here,
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
I tell you right now, Gettysburg has that effect. And it doesn't matter, even with an orphanage, it could be anywhere from the battlefield to town, because the battle started in the town. So the whole battle was part of the town and before it got into the battlefield itself. But all that energy that happened there, it could have been anybody, because even after the war was over, imagine the anger the residents coming in and all that. You know, you have dead bodies in your house, or
Just the
all your
yeah.
animals are dead, and your water is contaminated because there's dead bodies floating in it. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, talk about
just
horror. That
afterwards,
was a real horror.
that was
Absolutely.
hard.
Yeah.
People didn't have food
Yeah.
because the food got destroyed in the battle. You know, wherever they grew, because back then everything was they grew it, and you know, and everything was destroyed, and all their animals were killed, or they were taken to feed the troops. You know, so it was either way that, and then you come back to nothing, and your house is totally destroyed, bullet holes and everything in it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and there was no help to clean up. Yeah.
But I feel like Gettysburg was, you know, like I said, we had never been there before, but almost upon entering the town, you almost feel it. Like you can almost just feel it. When we got out of the vehicle and started, it was like, man, this place is interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
I go to the candy store for the paranormal, because you go there, you get, it doesn't matter where you are. You were walking down Baltimore Avenue, and you know, I've seen. I stayed in Farnsworth, and I seen outside, looking out, and it would look like a soldier hiding behind a wall down on one of the buildings. You know, so there's always something going on there. I had so many experience. I was going there for like at least 10, 15 years. I'm still going there with the because I do the battlefield, you know, the bash every year.
Right.
Gettysburg Battlefield bash. But yeah.
But I understand that feeling, Frosty, because like I have no degree of sensitivity at all, but I feel the sacred kind of nature of it. Does that make sense? Like when I'm on the battlefield, it just that the word like hallowed comes to mind. Like it just you can't help but feel it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel negative. I just feel like it's
like I don't feel like there's a negative
but it's almost like a holy place. Does that make any sense? Like
no, I would
like
agree with you.
I feel like. Yeah.
I felt the same way. You could tell it was a place of importance.
Yes.
That there was a lot going on. You could just tell that there was an energy to it. But not a negative, like not, you know, the orphanage specifically was negative, but the town itself, I don't get a negative energy from. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the town, you know, there was a story. I don't know, because there's so many stories with their ghost tours and all the tours there. I think some of you know, they try and get money in. But when the Confederates came down Baltimore Avenue, like right before the Jenny Wade House and the Farnsworth, and they were fighting, there were civilians, women, children that were trapped, and old people trapped inside these houses, and the battle was going on. They stopped the battle, got all those people out, led them to safe areas, and then started the battle again. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, that was a positive thing. They came together just
the rules of war
to get the people out. Nowadays, forget it, they just blow each other up.
Yeah, but that's terrible.
They were more respectful for the women and children. They have nothing to do with it. Get them out. Yeah, so they got them out. You know, but then also all the blood and everything, and makeshift hospitals and everything there. You know, I mean, any war is bad. I mean, you have yours in Virginia. I don't know if they were in towns. Were they just in fields or in towns?
We live just north of Petersburg, which is one of the big.
The siege of Petersburg.
The siege of Petersburg, where it's just constant battling.
We have this thing called the crater, where the Union actually dug tunnels underneath, essentially digging tunnels to get into Petersburg while they were sieging it, and then just blew up a massive amount of TNT that left this huge crater that allowed them to finally break the line and get into Petersburg, which is what allowed them to shut down the railroads and stuff going into Richmond, which was the capital of the Confederacy there.
They're still buildings
and that's like all around
cannonballs stuck on the walls and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
That's where we go to do yoga every week.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that you do yoga. My husband does hot yoga. If you saw him, you would laugh, but he does.
We do old lady yoga.
I think my husband would love hot yoga too.
My husband loves hot yoga. He's great.
I like
so do you I think I asked you this when I was on your podcast, but you live in a haunted. Have you lived in a haunted house? Do you currently live in a haunted house?
We live in a house that has some weird activity. We have our grandson is 6 months old today.
Wow.
And
happy birthday. Happy 6 months birthday.
Yeah. They live here. And after he came home from the hospital, there was some energy ramped up in this house. Wow. So it's just weird things that happen. But we have lived in scary houses before. We've had some scary things happen too. So yeah.
Well, it's good that that's not happening now, I guess.
Yeah, no, nothing scary here, just weird.
There's activity, but it's not scary
stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we've had 2 scary experiences in houses before.
We had one house specifically that had like a peeker. Like
I
would literally see, but at the floor, like it was laying on the floor.
Oh no.
I would look down the hall, like me and Jenny would be like watching TV, and I would look down this way, like where the hall was, and I would just like look down there, and I would see something looking behind the door jam, and then just like go back.
Yeah, that's one of the only times I've ever seen something with my eyes.
Yeah, that was the only time I've seen something with my eyes. Yeah,
really? I don't know what's better, the floor or the ceiling.
They're good.
Yeah.
Was this still in Petersburg? I'm sorry, it's Petersburg?
Near,
it's near it.
Yeah.
It's in this area. Yeah.
My gosh, I wonder if it could be an injured soldier or something like that crawling.
Crawling.
It was a weird situation because we lived in that house and there was nothing there. And then Frosty joined the army and we went to Texas for about 3.5 years. When we came back, we ended up moving back into the same house. But while we were gone, other people had lived there. And I think what the neighbors were saying is that maybe there were some bad things happening, like they were drug dealers or something like that. And somewhere along the line, while we were gone, that little critter showed up in there. And it was not very nice.
Did you have a name for it? I gotta know. The peeker.
Yeah, I guess we kind of just call it the peeker. But yeah, it was terrifying our children. They had to turn the light on and run down the hallway, and it was showing up in the closet with red eyes. Had red eyes to my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I had to get rid of
it. Yeah, you definitely have to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it coming behind the door, it was in my son's room. Yeah. So like I went down there, like I went down the hall and like went in the room, and my son was in his bed like sound asleep, you know. So
I think when it comes to your kids, everything changes.
Yeah, which I guess in a lot of respects, that was one of the times that I should have realized that I had some sort of abilities because I got rid of it. And that was like that was in 2013. So that was like 5 years before I was like, I'm a medium.
But see, so you also come from a family of that too. Who told you what to do?
I come from a family of weirdos. So a long line of weirdos.
I come from a family of weirdos.
A long line of psychics or mediums or.
In my family, my parents both were. My dad talks about astral projection and past lives and ghosts and all that stuff. And then my mom has premonitions, even though that she doesn't like them. And her grandmother had premonitions, and so
oh my gosh,
definitely runs in the family.
Nice.
Yeah, premonitions could be really scary.
Yeah, which for my mom, they were always negative, so she didn't want to see them, turn them off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Yep.
Oh, wow. So it sounds like it's maternal, like it's your mom's mom.
Well, my dad is really, he has this unbelievable claircognizance where he just knows everything. Like, and you think that he's just making stuff up, but then you find out that it's for real. He was right, like he'll know weird things about history that like you just, how does he know that? Like he can't know this information, but he does.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What a cool dad.
Yeah. Well, he has a lot of brain damage, so I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I
That's
mean,
a
I'm
theory.
I'm joking, but I'm serious. No, I think
Well,
I think he's had some. He's never. I don't know if we've really talked about this, but he's had some major traumatic brain injuries, and I wonder if there was a near death experience in there somewhere, because that always seems to snap things into place for
Yeah.
people for that. Yeah.
Well, just having some kind of trauma
Yeah.
oftentimes seems to be something that can induce
Yeah.
more of that. But he's got really interesting things like drawing the I forgot the name of them now, but like the gates in Japan and stuff. You know?
Yeah, this is a specific religion.
Yeah, the Shinto.
Oh,
Shinto
shrine
gates.
Yeah, the Shinto shrines. Yeah.
That's super cool.
When my dad was
go ahead.
Oh, when he was 4 years old, he painted this picture of a Shinto shrine because he kept traveling to it at night.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
and
God.
we still have it framed.
And it's like
Yeah.
he painted it when he was 4 years old. Like, it has a date on the back of it, and it's like in some there's perspective in the picture, which as an artist, it's like, how does a 4-year-old know how to paint perspective? Like, it's wild.
No, that's crazy. Like it's almost like when he painted it, he was also traveling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
From a memory.
That's incredible.
It's interesting with the maybe the brain damage. It also could be like his inhibition, a natural inhibition that we typically have isn't there. So maybe it's just
correct
freer access
for that and a lot of other things. Kim.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay. No. I think with some sort of brain damage and stuff, if you hurt some certain part of your brain, maybe another part will take over.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, we don't use all our brain. Well, what we use like 9% of our brain, 10%.
I think that's a myth, but we're going to talk about it. Okay.
Mythbusters.
Well, I know people that use like maybe less than that.
Okay, you might be talking about me.
No.
No.
But I feel maybe if you hurt your brain, maybe another part of your brain takes over, and that opens up something else.
Yeah,
that's true.
But then he's at 4 years old. How much he didn't hurt his brain?
No. So that's my theory about that is probably messed up too, because I don't think he had his first brain injury till he was about 10. So, and he was having all this weird stuff happen to him when he was a little kid.
Yeah. There always is kind of the idea that younger kids are more connected, and that's something they lose as they get older.
So maybe he didn't lose it.
Yeah, because it wasn't that much later that he did have some trauma. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Like, that's a good theory, Frosty. Like maybe he didn't have that stop because that stop was taken away wherever that is in your brain.
Yeah.
That part of your brain that stops you from believing. Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a near-death experience on top of it, like you said.
I'm glad my dad isn't watching this tonight. Usually he watches all of the stuff for on. I forgot to share this with him.
Oh, we'll let you go now, Dad. We're sorry about that.
No, he's not watching.
Oh my God.
He's not
what
watching.
What is like you have I want to go back to your podcast really quickly. You have so many fabulous, interesting guests like Kim and Anthony. No, you have great guests. Was there ever one that just went completely like, wow, blew your mind off the rails, like unexpected? What's your most memorable guest?
No, Jenny, it's not you.
No, it's not me.
You're so mean, Anthony.
Different kinds of guests. Like we've had some guests. I think Mark Hunter Brooks has the record right now. I think he's been on 6 times, which I think you would like him, Jenny. He's like approaches the paranormal from a scientific perspective. So he's like talking about like gravitation, like talking about a wave-based reality as opposed to like a particle-based reality. And
I would like him.
Yeah.
So we had him on recently, and sometimes just being like kind of a fanboy. I've had some people on that, I heard on other shows or that were on Art Bell that I've had on like So that's always been fun. Preston Dennett is one that we had on,
Ron
who was a
Moorhead.
UFO researcher, and Ron Moorhead, who
Bigfoot
recorded
guy.
the Sierra sounds back in
Right.
the 1970s.
Oh,
That's incredible that you had him.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was really interesting because Ron, these recordings from Ron Moorhead were given to a naval linguist, and the naval linguist has said that said at the time that it was a language that had all the syntax or whatever it needed to be considered a language. Now there's been questions again about maybe trying to have that footage analyzed again, but the Sierra sounds have been pretty infamous in the Bigfoot investigation world for a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
actually,
But
that
you're-
made me think of, since you guys went to Gettysburg, is Gettysburg a hot spot for UFOs? I don't know.
I don't know.
They have seen them there, but
Mhm.
I think Gettysburg's more known for the paranormal than UFOs. I mean, the cryptics.
That's a good question, though, Kim.
Those
Yeah.
things seem to go together often.
Yeah.
Like one of the weird correlations, what actually Ron Moorhead talked about when he was on our show, because his newest book was Quantum Bigfoot, was the idea of like the fact that these UFO sightings tend to happen in the same time as Bigfoot sightings.
Mhm.
And like, what that could possibly mean. Of course, a lot of people have speculated about Bigfoot being interdimensional or whatever.
Yes.
So I don't know. Which actually, I don't mean to ask the questions, but it's bad habit here. Have you guys heard anything about this documentary that's coming out about the Patterson Gimli footage? Are you guys familiar
No.
with that?
Only that it's coming
I
out. I don't know
the
about
footage,
it.
but I didn't heard
I
it.
did hear about it. I did hear about it. But if Adam's still here, he's always in the audience. He's our Bigfoot guy. He would know this. Adam,
So
do you know about
I was just seeing today that the Patterson Gimlin footage, there's a new documentary coming out where some of the Patterson family, I think it is coming out and saying that it was a full-blown hoax and that they have proof of it. But of course, that's just ignited an absolute, firestorm of people, online. So we'll see what comes out of that. So I just saw that today. So I'm interested because some of his family have come out and said that he hoaxed it.
So their families did it.
Or
I want to know how much his family got paid to say it was a hoax.
Right, exactly. Or are they being paid to say that it's a hoax? I might say it's a hoax.
Now they're just drawing attention to it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Not allow that though.
The Kecksburg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Kecksburg.
There you go. See, I told you. He's our guy. He's our guy.
Thanks,
That one
Adam.
was Acorn. That one was
Yeah, way to
Acorn.
go, Adam. Adam knows about
acorn-shaped
aliens and
UFO.
Bigfoot.
Acorn
Yeah.
shaped.
Yeah, there's an acorn-shaped UFO. It's one of our weird Wednesdays we have coming out here soon.
Oh, okay.
So being at St. Patrick's Day,
Mhm.
we recently had someone on who talked about fairies and imps and other creatures. Do you see, you said you saw elementals, Jenny. Do you see other creatures like
I've seen
gnomes? Fairies. Okay.
I also have seen
what are-
puckwedgies.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Anthony has. He drew one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
I feel like I experienced one at Hinsdale House outside.
Okay.
Anyway, but what do you see when you see a fairy? How does the fairy look to you?
I've seen fairies that look like what everybody thinks fairies look like, tiny little people with beautiful little wings. But I've also seen what was referred to as like a fairy queen. And she was much bigger. She was almost like a human adult size, more like a small woman or something. And her head was shaped differently. It was like almost like came to a point. Yeah, kind of like cone shaped.
Like a drip, like a water drop.
Like a drip, yeah, or like an onion or something.
Yeah.
And her facial features were like more pointy. So she was a little more strange looking. Yeah.
Where was she?
But she was a queen.
She was someone who came through for my mom when I did a reading for her.
Got it. Yeah.
Hence my weirdo family.
No, I'm afraid of a reading with you. The bats will come through.
Yeah, maybe. You'd be like, oh, there's a vampire coming through for you, Jenny.
I'm talking to Count Dracula right now, Jenny.
Jenny, all you do,
Vlad the Impaler.
All you got to do is bring your sweatshirt that with that hood. You catch him in there.
Hello, Vlad. No, really, that's funny. But I know we had if you've never read Sam's friend Andy Warburton, right?
Yep.
His books are he was recently on the show, and his books are outstanding. And now we're completely hooked on fairies.
Obsessed.
Awesome.
Well,
Kim and I,
to plug our event.
Yeah,
go ahead, Frost.
We have something up called the Team Weird Takeover. Which is named after our wonderful community. We're going to be at the Lord Baltimore Hotel in Baltimore, Maryland, June 27th and 28th. And Andrew Warburton is going to be one of our guests. Sam Baltrusis is going to be there. We're going to do a Samance. We're going to have Andrew Warburton, Irene, and Irene Ekiolis, and Danik McCann is going to be there. We're going to have
Kim Sage.
Allison, the Priestess of Wonderland, is going to be there. Kim Sage is going to be there. And so it's just going to be a whole day and night of just doing like some classes and investigation and, just having a good time. So we're really looking forward to that. So, yeah, Andrew's going to give a little talk about fairies there. So we're looking forward to it.
He's so good.
We love Andrew.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, it's interesting with the fairies because I just got invited in East Hampton, Massachusetts. It's the Fairy and Art.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Fest, and Andrew's going to be there, and
yay.
The one woman, Connie, I think her name is. Her and Andrew are going to do a walk. There's an area where there's fairies, and they're going to walk around in that area and see if they can see, and they're bringing a tour in.
Good.
So that's
very cool.
Our Team Weird Takeover is June 27th and 28th.
So how do people, and I'm devastated because that's even my birthday's June 25th. So that would have been like an awesome birthday weekend, but I'm going to be at the World Cup game. So
that's going to be fun.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
At the witchinghourspodcast.com, you can go there and click on the link for Team Weird Takeover, and I'll give you all the information and a place to purchase.
Is it the Witching Hours or witchinghourspodcast.com?
The Witching Hours.
The Witching Hours Podcast.
The Witching Hours Podcast.
You just click on the link to the merch store, and you'll go to our merch store, and that's the first thing that pops up is the tickets to the Team Weird Takeover.
Okay.
There's also a page for the Team Weird Takeover that has all the information as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'll be in Baltimore in August, but for a BTS concert.
Oh,
okay.
I know, it's so close to us.
It's really money.
We try to pick a new place every year. Last year we went to Lake Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park in West Virginia.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great.
That's where I saw the puck wedgies.
Yeah.
They have an elemental, and I also saw a Thunderbird there.
I believe that.
I had never seen
Thunderbird, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's why I always wanted to see one of those.
You see yours in a cemetery too?
Did I see what?
No, Anthony, didn't you see the puckwudgie in a cemetery also?
Yeah. The one out in Oyster Bay, Long Island.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
His drawing is really cool.
I mean, I know here in Queens and pretty much they shut them down at a certain time. So I mean, if they want somewhere to hide. It's I know around here there's no more places for them to hide really, so they go and play areas where it could be isolated at times, and I'm sure that could be one of the spots,
Mm-hmm.
But okay, we're getting to almost a 2-hour mark. I just want to.
I know it's like
everything. Anything else you want to add? Your podcast, if you want to, tell us where to find it and everything else. So everybody,
go ahead, Preston.
Yeah, we go live just like you guys, 8:00. We go from 8 to 9:30 every Monday night. You can find us on Twitch, twitch.tv at the Witching Hours Podcast. We're on YouTube. At the Witching Hours Podcast. And we're on the Spirit Realm Network. So we're live streamed on their Facebook page. So if you follow the Spirit Realm Network on Facebook, that's a great place to follow. There's lots of mediums and tarot readers and all kinds of people that do shows there every night. Animal communicators, that all do live readings. So that's been great. And there's going to be some new stuff happening there soon. So definitely follow that if you're interested in those things. So yeah, every Monday night, 8 o'clock to 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely got to see them. You definitely got to see them. They're very good. They're more professional than us. We're all over the place here. We started with, talking about how you guys started, and we went to horror, then we went into
that's how all this got started, Anthony.
I have a funny story for you though. If you guys were so professional. I don't even remember the lady's name, so I can't say it anyway, but I wouldn't if I could remember. We had a lady who was going to come on the show, and I don't know what she must have seen one of our little like funny highlight clips or something, because she said she was not going to come on our show because we were not professional enough and serious. We weren't serious enough.
You were unserious.
We were not serious enough for her.
Oh my goodness.
But she may have seen my joke about mud cracks on Mars, and I couldn't stop laughing because it said mud cracks. It might have been what caused her to think we were not professional.
Well, that's
mud cracks and coronal mass ejections.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That does sound dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what Kim's talking about on this about the sun. That's what it's called.
CMEs, baby. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So there you go, Anthony.
God forbid she sees clips of our show.
People think we're not.
I didn't see clips of our show. I'd be like talking.
Anthony's had 17 Red Bulls tonight. Let's go.
Well, you both fit right in. So thanks for being here with us again tonight.
Yeah, no, super. That was really, really fun. I mean, and if you get a chance, watch the episode with Anthony, watch the episode with Kim, because they're both amazing. Like you get to see them every week with the three of us.
Jenny was on too.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
there's an episode where everybody was on together as well.
Yeah.
Yes. You can see Jenny Colucci over here. She'll vanish because she's so.
She admits that she's a vampire.
There we go.
I
was going to say, I remember during the Civil War, but I thought that would give it away.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she goes about the Civil War. Goes, I remember that. I remember that.
I remember they let us go, and then they kept the battle going. No, I'm kidding.
I remember the Revolutionary War. Hey, the Civil War's nothing.
One of our first shows was about vampires. The vampire graves they found in was it Connecticut? Connecticut or Rhode Island?
Oh, my people. No, really.
Where they had dug up the graves and put stakes in the hearts because of the vampires. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They used to take their hearts out. Some of them, if they were vampires, they would bury people, and then they used to dig them up, and they still like preserve. They would take their hearts out.
But they missed one.
Yeah. I was like, okay, asking for a friend. Wow. Yeah, that whole garlic thing's totally a myth.
On Jenny.
She likes salt.
I mean,
she's the only vampire that doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, comment that Mary Beth put in a long time ago in the chat.
Right, that she doesn't need to.
Yeah.
She drinks the blood.
I know. And the funniest thing is, this was all last week, and I was drinking my drink, and they were like, Anthony's like, "What kind is it?" I'm like, "Blood orange." It was blood orange. It really was. It was so funny. Everything was pointing to it. Yeah, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You never know.
Never know.
Well, I still like you anyway, regardless.
Yeah, you like me more. Come on, let's be honest.
I was waiting for Dracula Love Story, the movie, to come out with bated breath. That just came out. Loved it. It's a little humorous, but love it.
What about? Did you guys ever do werewolves on your show?
We haven't done werewolves yet. We've had Wolfman. but not
Okay.
We talked
werewolves.
about Wolfman, Dogman, and
Mhm.
all kinds of
Mothman.
Mothman.
Oh,
all
you
kinds
must
of
have
mans.
cryptids in Virginia in particular. What do you have there? Like West Virginia has its own.
Yeah,
What
West
does
Virginia
Virginia have?
has stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, Virginia. The biggest one in Virginia, I think, is the Dog Man. That's
have
the one that they
Dogman.
talk about the most.
Dogman.
Bigfoot, which out in Western Virginia they call it the wood booger.
Which is a
The what?
wood booger.
Wait, what? Okay.
Never
It's
heard this.
That's my favorite Bigfoot name, the wood booger.
Yeah, the wood booger.
The
As
wood
there's
booger.
There's so many great Bigfoot names. You've got Skunky,
Yeah.
wood booger.
Oh, skunk.
I can say that
Yowie.
wood booger not on the bingo card. Now it is. Now it is. Yeah, that was not on the bingo card
That's
tonight.
fill in the blank. We leave a box just for fill in the blank.
There you go. That's your,
Yeah,
your
like
free space. Wood booger.
Wild or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Wow. Okay, that's gonna
we're
be the
coming to
wild.
the
of the
5-minute
night.
mark.
Yep.
So we have
Okay, what a damper.
to, we have
It's
to
always
say
wah
goodbye,
wah wah.
you know. It's like you know, Cal Burnett is before your time. They used to pull it here.
Yeah.
It's a big hook is gonna come out and pull you guys off. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. We don't get
That's
paid
funny.
overtime. You know, there's no overtime on this.
Are there any other events that you want to mention for the rest of the year?
Yeah,
we're gonna
go,
be
Jenny.
at
You
the
got some.
Mass. We're going to be at the Mass Paracon. in
Mass
Asperger.
Paranormal.
It's going to be a mess.
Yes.
I'm not going to be there.
We're going to be helping to MC that for Sam.
What town? What
Yep.
town is it in?
And Taunton.
Oh, in the Triangle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He said
Yeah.
it's near the swamp or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Sammy's running that,
Bridgewater,
isn't
the
he?
Bridgewater
Yeah.
Triangle.
Bridgewater Triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Sammy's
Just reading
October
about that yesterday.
October 2nd through the 4th.
Yep.
Is it?
We've
And then
been-
and you got something going on at
Yes.
Belgrove.
And I will be teaching an art class at Sam and Kim's event.
Spirit
They're
Squad,
having
yeah.
Spirit Squad event. They're having at the Belgrove Plantation here in Virginia in May.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
When
we
is that?
intend
Is it October what?
second.
Oh,
through
Mass
4th.
Paracon is 2nd through the 4th. Yeah.
You've been there, Anthony.
The MassCon, yeah, I've been there a couple of times, but then he didn't do it for a little while.
Yeah.
This
This
year
is
he started again.
first year back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot
Okay.
all about that one. You know, I'm going to be in a bunch of other ones, but I forgot that one. I like that one. That was nice. You know, the one year I stayed in there, we stayed in a place with horses. I was sending Kim pictures of all the horses outside.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to be there.
So,
Good. Well, hopefully we get to see you sometime. We
Yeah.
were talking about next year doing a Virginia run, like
Oh, cool.
literally,
Mhm.
just literally doing a couple locations in Virginia.
Yeah.
Taking like a couple days.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah, let us
Yeah.
know. We'd
Come
love
out
to
this
get
way
up
and
with you
let
guys.
it'd be fun to investigate with you guys too.
Oh my
that'd be
gosh, are you
cool.
kidding?
cemetery, you got to take me to a cemetery.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
go,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Ooh, we have
Anthony, you
Hollywood
got to give
Cemetery,
me
but I
my 2-second question to
Yeah.
both of you. What's your go-to snack on investigation? That's my question of the week to everyone.
Snack on investigation.
Yeah, come on, everyone has snacks. What do you bring?
I don't know.
You don't bring food.
I don't
bring
think
food.
I don't think we do. We usually
You
eat
get like peanut
afterwards.
M&Ms.
We usually go get
like
dinner
Sour Patch
afterwards.
Yeah.
Kids. Okay.
Is there a
Well,
particular food you eat after? Because like sometimes after
Yeah.
investigation, I have to have meat. I have
She
to
has
have
beef
like,
jerky.
yeah, or even if I go to like a diner or something, sometimes I gotta have a meat. Or after a mediumship event, I gotta do something like
We
big.
always seem to eat like breakfast food or something.
Oh,
Ooh. Yum.
great.
That's a go-to
Excellent.
thing for
Pancakes.
us. Some pancakes, bacon, waffles,
let's
whatever.
Man,
Oh, see,
You
we got
guys can-
M&Ms here.
I gotta complain because I haven't been getting any snacks at all.
You
No
can
one's
get
been
some
giving me any
snacks in your
snacks.
bag, Frosty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring meat
Tacos.
sticks and stuff. You know, ton
Oh,
of red
yeah.
Can
balls
I-
of meat sticks.
Can I say, since I didn't have one, can I just say cannolis?
Oh my God, say it. No, say green cannoli.
Green cannolis. Okay.
Because we do have to say goodbye
Cheers.
now. It's 1:59.
Yeah, I know. Okay, sorry.
And
Well
my last
played,
sip of
Rocky.
water.
Well played.
Thank you guys for coming on. We had a great
Thank you
time.
for having us.
Stay on there for
Yeah,
the
that was
show.
really
We'll
fun.
talk a little bit.
Blast.
I just want to thank everybody in the audience. Great questions tonight. We had a nice little audience there.
Yeah,
And,
everybody was super engaged.
Yeah. It was an awesome night. So I just want to tell everybody, make sure if you're going to do an investigation and you don't bring snacks, just be safe. Just be safe because you want to look for ghosts. You want to be a ghost. Okay. Ciao, familia. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Night.
Hey, how you doing?